Hey guys, so today is actually the 3-month anniversary of us moving into this house, and we're going to take you through some yard work with us today. I'm hoping this is going to serve as a benchmark. We're going to go over a bit of landscaping and we'll check back in with it in a couple of years and see how everything's doing. So this here is our GeoBin compost system, and we've got to turn the compost every Saturday in order to aerate it to allow for the microbes to break it down better. I like to think of it as tossing the garden's salad. But it's a good bit of work, and I'll just go through the opening part where we release it, and then we're probably gonna fast forward through actual tossing. Alright, so I'm pulling these fence post stabilizers out. This is something I added to the system to keep it a little more stable. Doesn't come with it, they don't actually say you need it, but helps me maintain a better circular shape. Now we've got to try and release the GeoBin from around the compost and set up a new pile for it. I kind of walk around in a circle and grab these inside tabs and pull them up until it fully comes off. Not the most comfortable with big fingers.
Look at that.
There we go.
Nice job. Yeah, it looks like a compost cake. Got some.
You can even see the different layers in it.
Yeah, we've got some flowers on top from a bouquet that we had that died. And you can kind of see the shape of it from the GeoBin. Pretty cool.
Now I pound the fence posts back in, trying to stabilize this, and hopefully not hit my thumb this week. That sets up the barrel. And then we just start loading it in.
So we have a good base layer down here of the compost pile to start. And then this is the compost bucket we have in our kitchen. So we have all our kitchen scraps in here, like coffee filters, eggshells, vegetable clippings, if you will. So this container is pretty cool. Just take the top off. My face.
Pungent.
Yeah. And then that's kind of what we have in there.
I drink a lot of coffee, if you can't tell.
Some bananas in there, and then you want to kind of dump this around to add this to that layer so it gets incorporated into the middle.
And now we add the rest of this on top of it.
So we have this temporary construction fence that we put up for when we were doing the landscaping, but it's kind of time to take it down. Parts of it have already fallen down or snapped, so we kind of can't get that to go back up. But the landscaping's kind of already taken hold a little bit more, so we're taking it down this weekend.
All right, so like I had said, we moved in exactly 3 months ago today, and we immediately started landscaping. This is what I call planting zone 4, and these are all little arborvitaes that we saved from Walmart. They were like on sale, $4 each at the end of the year, all dying, and we're trying to give them a little bit of life here.
They don't look like they're doing much. They're not dying, but they're also not growing.
So they're there, and as long as they haven't died.
And here I stuck some mint. We took it out of the pot and I just shoved it in the ground just to see what would happen. I know that mint grows like crazy wild, so we're just hoping that's what it does, because why not? Okay, next little planting section, we have these perennial flowers that we planted towards the end of the summer. I don't remember what any of them are. I just know the one on the end and then the one here have like white flowers on these kind of like rod type of leaf. And then this one, you can still see some like light pale purpley pink flowers, and there is another one over here. And I'm gonna step down so you can see what we have this in. It's in this little, it looks like a flower bed, but it's actually, it's actually a old watering trough, I guess, for horses used to drink out of this. There's a pipe over there, and this used to fill up with water for horses to drink out of, I guess, apparently, from what our neighbor tells us. So we decided to put some soil in it. It wasn't very deep at all, but we filled it with some soil and a little bit of mulch and planted these guys in there, and it looks cute and whimsical.
Probably about 8 or 12 inches deep.
Yeah.
So here is one of the green giant arborvitaes. We got 2 10-packs of these little saplings trying to grip onto life here. So
They're doing pretty good.
yeah, this whole section, this one I call planting zone 3, and all of the trees we put out here seem to be surviving pretty well. We did do a bit of seeding for wildflowers out over beyond the trees, but not a lot of them took over here. It's a very rocky soil. Not the best for planting, but the trees are liking the drainage.
Alright, so what's the one we have here?
So here we are in planting zone 3, and we did a row of arborvitae. So we're on kind of a main road. We're trying to get a bit of privacy. So when these grow up and grow together, they're going to be a good privacy hedge. Now, inside that, I don't know if you can see it too well, but we planted 6 blueberry bushes, all in a row here. If we can get the soil nice and alkalized, we should get some good blueberries next year. And this is the wildflower meadow we planted.
It's a little spotty. The seeds kind of clumped in areas, and other parts are a little bare.
You can tell.
We're gonna fix and even that out next
I'm not a pro landscaper because we have these big naked gaps of sand that I'm going to fill in with seeds next year. So all the arborvitae and blueberries, these guys all came from fastgrowingtrees.com or .net, and the wildflowers came from a site called American Meadows, and it was, I bought about a pound of seeds, and we're getting some cosmos. I think these guys are marigolds,
There's some bees over there.
and there are a ton of bees trying to help the pollinators this late in the fall. Here's a little guy. He's drinking of that sap. We got his brother over here, or his sister. So we are super excited with how the flowers came out, and I know I'm just gonna have to fill in next year. We got big gaps of dirt in between rows of the flowers. I'm gonna have to seed better or get more seed, not really sure. So then we're gonna come closer to the house. You can see we got pinks and purples and yellows and some white. These cosmos really are beautiful. And here we got a guy who is either dying or dormant. Not really sure. I did a scrape test, and the tree bark is a little alive still, maybe. So we're gonna hold on to him. We'll replace him next spring if necessary. And then here are a couple more of the blueberry guys. They've taken pretty good. You can see some new growth there, and right inside is our container garden, which we've talked about before. Just trying to make a good wall of greenery for our property. There's our front door. We'll take you over to these wildflowers, which has the most densely populated color spectrum. There's another bee buddy. I don't know. But the downside to being on a main road is sometimes you get some garbage you gotta pick up, like an M&M wrapper.
Ew.
All right, so here's planting zone 1. This is a hydrangea that we purchased. We're hoping it's holding on. We've got a little more wildflower garden. And if we get really close, we've got something growing here. I thought it was chive from somehow seeded off our container garden, but it is called onion grass, and it smells and tastes a bit like onion and chive. It is edible. We've done the research, but we've got 2 or 3 pockets of that all throughout the wildflower garden. So nice little something to add. There's one in the distance. Yeah, right there. But this is all the wildflower seeds, and then we did, these are some boxwoods we did right in front of the house. So these shouldn't grow past the porch windows, but we wanted a little coverage and greenery out here. And then extended farther out on this side of the property is the rest of the arborvitaes. So these guys are all, I'd call them saplings, I guess. We got them, they were all about 1 foot or 2 tall. This guy unfortunately did not make it, and we will be replacing him shortly. And then one more guy. This is our cherry tree, which is ancient, and none of the cherries that grew on it we could reach. It's going to sleep for the winter. And then we've got another hydrangea in this little planting circle. And here comes police or fire. Much is likely on this road.